विद्यार्थी मित्रांनी घेतलेला आहे. म्हणजे साधी आयडिया जर कन्व्हर्जन पेटेंट मध्ये झाले तर तुम्हाला आयुष्याची कमाई सुद्धा विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो होत असते आणि त्यासाठी त्या पद्धतीने संशोधन करणं गरजेचं असतं. ते संशोधन आपण या महाविद्यालयाच्या प्रयोगशाळेच्या माध्यमातून करावं. एमएससी करत आहे, एमएससीचा प्रोजेक्ट आहे, मार्कासाठी प्रोजेक्ट करतो, हेही न करता आपण संशोधनाच्या दृष्टीने जर प्रोजेक्ट केला तर निश्चित अर्थानं त्यातून चांगल्या पद्धतीचं ज्ञान निश्चित बाहेर पडेल आणि त्या ज्ञानातून विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो पेटेंट पर्यंत जाण्याची मदत निश्चित विद्यार्थ्यांच्या मध्ये आहे. त्याचा मला आत्मविश्वास आहे. मला त्या गाईड करणाऱ्या सगळ्या असणाऱ्या शिक्षकांना सुद्धा माझी विनंती असेल की मी परवाच तुम्हाला एक प्रोजेक्ट सांगितले, विद्यार्थ्यांनी केलेले प्रोजेक्ट आहेत त्याच्यावर चांगल्या पद्धतीनं त्या विद्यार्थ्यांना चांगले विषय द्या, चांगल्या पद्धतीनं ते मांडण्यासाठी प्रोसेस करून घ्या, त्याचे पेपर मध्ये रूपांतर करता येईल का पहा, पेपर प्रेझेंट करा आणि त्यातून पेटेंट कडे जाता येईल का, अशा पद्धतीचा जर प्रयोग विद्यार्थी मित्रांच्या सहकार्याने माझ्या शिक्षकांनी जर केला तर शासनाला जे अपेक्षित आहे पेटेंट अवेअरनेस प्रोग्राम तो निश्चित फलद्रूप होईल असं मला वाटतं. पुन्हा एकदा मी दोन्ही प्रखर सिंग आणि गुंजाळ सरांना मनापासून धन्यवाद देतो. गुंजाळ सर तर तुमच्यामध्ये काम करणारे आपले प्राध्यापक आहेत, त्यांनी सुद्धा अशा पद्धतीने संशोधन करून एक वेगळ्या पद्धतीचं पेटेंट सुद्धा तयार केलेलं आहे. पेटेंटच्या प्रोसेस मध्ये ते पोहोचलेले आहेत. त्या पेटेंट कशा पद्धतीने निर्माण करावे, संशोधनाच्या कशा दिशा असाव्यात, माझ्याजवळ असताना सुद्धा माझ्याच प्राध्यापकांची आपल्याला माहिती नसते आणि त्या दिशेनं आज आपण आपल्या असणाऱ्या रिसर्च सेलच्या मार्फत हा जो IPR अवेअरनेस प्रोग्राम आयोजित केलेला आहे त्या सर्व संयोजकांना मी मनापासून धन्यवाद देतो आणि फक्त सगळ्यांना एक विनंती करतो की हे फक्त जे विद्यार्थ्यांच्या मध्ये असतं की माझा अभ्यास संपलाय का, काहीतरी अशा वेगळ्या संधी असतात लक्षात ठेवा आणि त्या संधी निश्चित अर्थानं समजून घेतल्या तर निश्चित आयुष्याचं सोनं झाल्याशिवाय राहत नसते. त्यामुळं कुठल्या तरी एखाद्या व्याख्यान महाराष्ट्रामधून कानपूर मधून आलेले म्हणजे त्यांना असणारी सर्व्हिस आहे, ती सर्व्हिसचा त्यांना पगार मिळत असतोय, काम त्यांचं ते करत असते, परंतु ते आता कुठल्या उद्देशाने आलेले, पियुष गोयलनी त्यांना का सांगितलं की माझा देश माझा राष्ट्र मोठं व्हायचं आहे आणि राष्ट्र मोठं व्हायचं असेल तर तुम्हाला माझ्या ग्रासरूट पर्यंत गेलं पाहिजे. ज्या वेळेला गंगा ज्या वेळेला आपल्या दारात येते ना त्यावेळेला यथेच्छ स्नान करणं हे तुमच्या हातात असतं. घोड्याला पाण्यापर्यंत घेता येतं, पाणी पिण्याची प्रक्रिया एवढीच अपेक्षा व्यक्त करतो. पुन्हा एकदा संयोजकांना मनापासून धन्यवाद देतो. प्रखर सिंग, also once again I welcome to you in this institute and in this college. I also welcome to you and also welcome the Dr. D.B. Gunjal sir. Once again I am thankful to all of you and I will stop my speech here. Thank you.
I hope we will get many more patents from our college. Before starting first session, I would like to request all, please mark your attendance using this QR code. Please mark your attendance.
Google Lens.
आपलं स्कॅनिंग गुगलचा आयकॉन आहे त्याच्या उजव्या हाताला एक कॅमेरा सारखा आयकॉन आहे तर त्यावर क्लिक करून कोड स्कॅन करायचा आहे तुम्हाला.
Google Lens.
ओके. त्याच्यानंतर स्कॅन केल्यानंतर समोर त्या QR कोडवर तुम्हाला एक लिंक होईल. त्या लिंकवर क्लिक करून फॉर्म फिल करायचा आहे. गुगल लेन्स नसेल तुमच्याकडे तर गुगल सर्च आयकॉनच्या उजव्या हाताला कॅमेऱ्याचा आयकॉन आहे त्यावर क्लिक करून QR कोड स्कॅन करायचा आहे. QR कोड स्कॅन केल्यानंतर तुम्हाला एक लिंक ब्लिंक होईल. त्या लिंकवर क्लिक करून फॉर्म फिल करायचा आहे. झूम करून घ्या थोडं. प्रिंट पण आहे ना थोडंसं. स्कॅन झाले तर प्रिंट प्रोव्हाइड करण्यात येईल. आपण नेक्स्ट सेशन स्टार्ट करू.
स्टार्ट करा मग.
Now I request the chief guest Dr. Singh to share his thoughts and guide our students.
सगळ्यांनी लावले असं कोण आहे की त्यांची प्रेझेंटी लागली नाही. सगळ्यांना सर्टिफिकेट मिळणार आहे, हा डेटावरून मिळणार आहे. त्यामुळे सगळ्यांनी भरले का, कोण राहिले का बघा.
प्रिंट आहे कोणाला अडचण प्रिंट आहे, प्रिंट वरनं स्कॅन करा.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Professor from Indian Patent Office. As you know, this session, IPR session, is being conducted under NIPAM, that is National Intellectual Property Awareness Mission of Government of India. IPR means Bodhik Sampada. Bodhik means, Buddhi, that comes from brain. So, property in terms of land, in terms of structural things like car and your houses, you know about that. But IPR is something in the form of intangible thing that comes out of your brain in the form of art, in the form of. So we'll just skip or fast forward those things. We'll focus on concept, जो generally उतना easily available नहीं मिलेगा आपको Google पे. Concept means IPR in itself is a wide variety, जिसके अंदर कई categories of IPR हैं, being patent, design, trademark, GI, copyright, SICL design. So we need to understand the difference between them because हमारे ऑफिस में लोग कई बार बुक लिख के लाते हैं कि इसे पेटेंट कराना है या कोई नई डिजाइन बना के लाते हैं कि इसे पेटेंट कराना है, which is wrong. Those all are different subject matter. So before starting the session, one thing we should know is why we are having this session. IPR का importance क्या है? अभी 10-15 साल पहले तो पेटेंट, कॉपीराइट जैसे वर्ड भी जनरली लोग नहीं सुने रहते थे. एक लाइव एग्जांपल भी, मेरे एक सीनियर थे जो जॉब में इंडक्शन के समय मेडिकल टेस्ट करा रहे थे. डॉक्टर सेड कि कौन सा जॉब ज्वाइन करो, ही सेड एग्जामिनर ऑफ पेटेंट एंड डिजाइन. तो ही थॉट फॉर सम टाइम एंड सेड पेशेंट तो हम चेक करते हैं, आप कौन सा पेटेंट चेक करते हो. सो दैट वाज द लेवल ऑफ इग्नोरेंस अराउंड 15 years back, that patent patient का difference नहीं पता. Nowadays you know, you have heard the word copyright, trademark, patent. The difference between them is not very clear. So our purpose here is to understand those things. One more thing. You guys are in college with the objective कि या तो आप जॉब देने वाले बनोगे या जॉब लेने वाले बनोगे. दोनों ही केस में you ought to know about IPR. एक एग्जांपल है, एक्चुअल एग्जांपल बीइंग एक यूनिवर्सिटी के कुछ बच्चे थे, उन्होंने they started a startup in the field of, they got some new idea regarding starting of the engine in automobile, and regarding the same they started a startup. After 1.5 years they were doing good, they were getting good returns, and then an objection came from an existing automobile industry company. They had a patented technology. Now they charged a hefty fine that you are using our technology. Further, there was the objection of a trademark also, that the name of the startup was already matching with the existing company. So these charges, patent violation is okay still. It's a civil dispute. But when we say about copyright and trademark violation, they become a criminal offense. Right? A very simple example can be कि हमारे कॉलेज एग्जाम्स आते ही हमारे व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप बने रहते हैं. हम with a good intention, with a good heart, हम अपने दोस्तों की हेल्प करने के लिए we send PDF, full book of the PDF. Now have you thought कि क्या ये violation copyright का? Can we get a punishment for that? We were happy that we are doing a good thing, we are doing a good job, but it's a violation. It can be a violation. हालांकि इस पर्टिकुलर केस में ऐसा कोई ऑब्जेक्ट करेगा नहीं, बिकॉज इट कम्स अंडर यूज। आप कॉमर्शियल एक्टिविटी के लिए ऐसा नहीं कर रहे थे, आपका पर्पस एजुकेशनल था, रिसर्च बेसिस पे था, तो इन दोस केसेस मोस्टली कॉपीराइट ऑब्जेक्शन इज नॉट देयर। देयर इज अ केस आल्सो रिगार्डिंग सेम JNU photocopy, the case, if any one of you heard it, it is about कि ऑक्सफोर्ड की कई सारी बुक्स लगती थी, रेंजिंग फ्रॉम 10,000 8,000 रुपीज जिनका MRP होता था, तो स्टूडेंट कैन नॉट अफोर्ड ऑल ऑफ देम। So what happened in within the campus of JNU एक फोटो शॉप था जो इन पर्टिकुलर बुक्स के कुछ चैप्टर्स फोटोकॉपी रखता था, and it was readily made available to students. When Oxford got to know, they challenged it, they made a heavy penalty on that Photoshop. But later on, court decided कि जो चीज एजुकेशनल पर्पस के लिए है, रिसर्च पर्पस के लिए है, उसमें कॉपीराइट का वायलेशन नहीं आएगा। बट अगर कॉमर्शियलाइजेशन आप करने चले, लेट्स से एक टीचर है who thinks with a good intention कि बच्चे 5 बुक खरीदेंगे अलग अलग, let me take the relevant portion from those book and I'll compile the book and give them. Now this book when it comes into market, then it becomes a case of commercialization. तो यहाँ पे पेनाल्टी, अच्छी पेनाल्टी कॉपीराइट की लग सकती है, क्रिमिनल ऑफेंस हो जाएगा। So that's why the session is important. We should know the different kinds of IPR, कब हम उसका वायलेशन कर रहे हैं, नहीं कर रहे हैं, क्या बेनिफिट होगा अगर हम प्रोटेक्शन करेंगे। These are our purpose. So starting with patents. Patent, when I think of patent, the first thing comes in my mind is, being a mechanical engineer, is a machine. And you know the definition of machine, anyone? And I want a simple definition of machine, that is 3 इडियट आप सबने देखी, right? So that definition will do. Anything that reduces human effort, anything, कोई भी प्रॉब्लम आपने लाइफ में देखी अपने आसपास अगल बगल, उसका सॉल्यूशन, you comes up with a solution and that subject matter is patentable. पेटेंट के साथ हम सोचते हैं बहुत डिफिकल्ट होगा, बट इवन सर गिव एग्जांपल कि एक कॉमन पर्सन था, उसने ये बुलेट कार्ड की लाइटिंग और समथिंग वाज रिगार्डिंग दैट, राइट? So that was example कि even common person can come up with an idea which is patentable. Invention दो तरह के हो सकते हैं, entirely new or can be incremental, that is already something was there, let's say car was there, some incremental invention was done on engine or lighting or whatever. So nowadays most of the invention we get in the form of incremental invention. So taking an example, ये हमारे ceiling fans है, right? Already एक invention था. Now let's say some student comes up with the idea कि इसके blades spiral कर देते हैं. With a spiral blade, he is proving that the electricity consumption is less now. Or say airflow pattern is better with better wind we are getting. So these here some purpose is being solved. Either electricity consumption is lower or better airflow. So this becomes a matter of patent. He will go to file a patent for this idea and with a working model. So here our definition comes that function is being solved. एक problem है जिसका solution हम लाए हैं and that goes for patent. But let's say in the experiment we got to know that purpose is not being fulfilled. Electricity consumption कम नहीं हुआ है, airflow कोई better नहीं हुआ है, it's just general fan. But still in the market if you find 2 fans, one with a spiral beautiful blades, and other being simple fan, you will prefer the one with more beauty, right? So here comes the second category of IPR, that is design. Here the shape of the product, the design of the product is not solving some purpose, but still it is looking beautiful. So the aesthetic is important here. Because of the aesthetic value of the product, if something appears better, more beautiful, then we go for designing of that product. Okay. Now comes trademark. Trademark is recognition, पहचान के बारे में. Take example, you go to the market and you want some soft drinks. You are being offered Coca-Cola and Cola-Cola. Have you ever seen Coca-Cola? I have seen Coca-Cola some local places. So it's a case of fraud and all. But obviously you will go for Coca-Cola. Why? Because you have the trust in that brand name. You have been using it. You have seen others using it. So this recognition, पहचान जो उसे over the time मिलती है because of their quality of service, because of the quality of the product. This is what one protects with trademarks. आप स्टार्टअप आज स्टार्ट कर रहे हो, you want to protect your name, your recognition, you protect it with trademarks. GI, have you heard of GI, geographical indication? If not, नागपुरी संतरे के बारे में तो सुना ही होगा, दार्जिलिंग टी सुना होगा, महाबली स्ट्रॉबेरी सुना होगा. So the product who gets their unique quality because of the specific location के maybe it is because of the environment, because of the soil condition, or maybe it is because of the natural talent that is there generation to generation in their people, say in the form of making specific sari or some wooden craft work. So even these talent, because of their specific location, when the product gets their uniqueness because of location, we give them GI. Copyright is the case of artistic work. When the brain works in the form of art, whether it be poem, literature, work, music, art, painting, sculpture, these are the cases of copyright. Copyright, we'll discuss all of them in detail. SICL design, basically it could have come under patent. Here functionality is involved. It is not only about beauty and aesthetic, but since IC these days are too specific to in every electronic item we can see ICs. So a separate category for invention in ICs has been carved out. So that would be SICL design. Now, अभी मैंने इतने सारी varieties बताई, but that does not mean that they live in isolation. In a single product, we can have example of almost all kind of IP. So here being an example, we have a laptop with a logo of Apple, so trademark is involved. This design, this sleek model is something that would be registered as a registered design because it is about beauty. Then not only one but many patentable technology must be used in this laptop in the form of LED display, some internal mechanism, and also multiple patents are also involved. Now laptop comes with a manual also, and manual anything in the written form, textual form goes into copyright. So that becomes copyright, and obviously IC it will be working on IC, so SICL design. So in a single product you see every kind of IPR is being found except GI. प्रोटेक्शन सिर्फ पहला स्टेप है. जब IPR हम अपने नाम पे रजिस्टर करते हैं, प्रोटेक्ट करते हैं, that is the first step. The implication of that is that you exclude others from using the same. But कहानी अभी यहाँ खत्म नहीं होती. आपने दूसरे को तो exclude कर दिया, but it becomes your responsibility that you come up with a product in the market or commercialize it or use it. If you are not able to come in the market, you are from the academic world, you are not expected to go into the manufacturing and all. Just find some specific player in the field and go for licensing, assign your rights and earn from it. So unless the benefit of that invention goes to society, then it is your responsibility that somehow the invention that you came up should benefit the society. तो एक एग्जांपल ले सकते हैं. लेट्स से आप एक ड्रग के साथ इन्वेंट किए हैं, हमने जो स्पेसिफिक डिसीज के लिए बहुत सस्ती दवाई दे रही है एंड आप मार्केट में अवेयर नहीं करा पा रहे हो, जबकि पब्लिक इज सफरिंग फ्रॉम पर्टिकुलर डिसीज. सो गवर्नमेंट में पास एन ऑर्डर कि आपका पेटेंट आप रहने दो, आई विल allow someone else to make the medicine, क्योंकि सोसाइटी को हार्म हो रहा है. तो ये तीनों पार्ट जरूरी हैं. आप प्रोटेक्ट करो, protection in itself means exclusion of others, but then you have to see for utilization, commercialization and earning also. जो कि आप खुद यूज करके कर सकते हो, लाइसेंस और असाइनिंग, फ्रेंचाइजी, एंड दीज आर ऑल द मॉडल्स ऑफ बिजनेस एग्रीमेंट. Sometimes, mostly sometimes in academic world, how many patents are being filed, and these things become the thing of pride. And after filing, the second step is being forgotten, where it needs to be commercialized also. It needs to be earning needs to be made from patent. So that aspect is always important. We cannot ignore that. Academic pride is good. Recognition is good. You have filed for 5 patents, that is good. But also ensuring the second part, that approach some transfer technology centers, incubation centers, you can give your technology and earn from it. That portion is always important. Now keep going in the details of patent. ये टेरिटोरियल राइट होता है, मींस यू गॉट द पेटेंट इन इंडिया, that then you can object anyone else working on that technology in India only. If that person, if the same technology is being in US, then you cannot object in US. If you think that your particular invention is relevant in Europe and US also, or any other country for that matter, you have to approach that country for filing the patent there also. Now, in this process of filing, Indian office helps you. You can file here, and the form will go from here to there. And those countries, there is a pact between all those countries that, let's say you file in India on 1st January, that becomes your priority date. अभी इससे पहले का कोई भी डॉक्यूमेंट हमें मिल जाएगा जिसमें सेम टेक्नोलॉजी है, तो आपका पेटेंट रिवोक भी हो जाएगा, क्योंकि ये प्रायोरिटी डेट है. ये आप क्लेम कर रहे हो कि इस पर्टिकुलर डेट पे आज तक किसी वर्ड में इस पे काम नहीं हुआ है. नाउ लेट्स से आप यूएस गए 6 महीने बाद और बीच में किसी ने यूएस में अप्लाई कर दिया. सो टू अवॉइड दीज सर्कमस्टेंसेस, यूएस भी आपकी प्रायोरिटी डेट जो इंडिया की थी उसे एक्सेप्ट करेगा. So when you file in India, after 12 months, within 12 months, you can file in all the other countries where you want. So here thing was patent is territorial right. Now it is granted by sovereign body, that is government of India. It is being said because sometimes people may say fraud cases that मैं पेटेंट दिलवा दूंगा. पेटेंट और दिला नहीं सकता, only गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया कैन गिव द पेटेंट. पेटेंट का कॉन्सेप्ट ओवरऑल है क्या, सिस्टम है क्या? इट्स अ डील, इट्स अ विन विन काइंड ऑफ डील बिटवीन इन्वेंटर एंड सोसाइटी. So let's say we think about an example कि ऐसा कोई सेटअप है ही नहीं. Inventor, after a lot of effort, money, resources, labor, he comes up with an invention. Market में उसने product निकाला, and within 1 or 2 months, using reverse engineering and copying the same, other competitors will also come. So he will get demotivated that after applying lot of investment, मैं से return तो ले नहीं पा रहा हूँ. So society as a whole will fail because no one will come up with motivation to make some invention. So to protect the right of both, what we do is a patent arrangement wherein for 20 years, inventor, when he comes up with the idea, he gets a patent. He is given 20 years to earn from that idea. But after 20 years, the technology becomes public. So it's a win-win deal between society and inventor. Inventor gets 20 years, but public gets the technology after 20 years. This is the first patent of India, wherein in the era of British era, where Panka pulling machine was given patent. There are some more examples. Now, when we say patent, जैसा पहले बोला कि ये सिर्फ कई बार सोचते हैं उनकी it's only relevant for R&D labs, institutes, MNC industries working in technology oriented things. But no, patent जो पहली definition थी हमारी, anything that solves some purpose is justified. So even a simple thing can go for patent. Like see the first image. It's just serving a very small, very simple idea, and yet this thing is a patentable material. Second is technology intensive, I know, but the first one is a simple one. So we need not to think that patent is not relevant for us. Patent can always be relevant. Any common man can come up with a patent. Other example being UPIN. Every desk, every office desk, college desk, you can find UPIN. It was there is a story that goes with it. The person he was being fired, and while filing his document, he was frustrated because the pin was tearing apart the paper. So he came up with the idea of UPIN, and after filing his resignation, he got the patent for UPIN, and that is being used till now. So it was such a simple idea by a common person, and yet it is very effective. You recognize this person? Hmm. And this stunt, but he used to build, he used to pull. So he, no doubt, he was a talented person, but the particular inclination move he was doing was possible because of his patented shoes that you can see in this slide. These shoes helped him to maintain balance even at extraordinary angles. Now, as I said कि procedural पे उतना फोकस नहीं करेंगे, still just a basic idea कि कुछ forms होते हैं. फॉर्म 1 में आप अपनी डिटेल्स, एड्रेस, मोबाइल कॉन्टैक्ट एक्सेट्रा देते हो. फॉर्म 2 इज द एक्चुअल फॉर्म वेयर पूरा डिटेल इन्वेंशन का लिखना होता है कि किस फील्ड से है, क्या प्रॉब्लम था, क्या सॉल्यूशन है, सॉल्यूशन अप्लाई कैसे करना है, और लास्ट में क्लेम. क्लेम क्या होता है? लीगल पार्ट होता है. एग्जैक्ट लीगल सेंटेंसेस कि लेट्स से बाद में कोई कोर्ट केस होता है रिगार्डिंग कि आपका पेटेंट क्या था, आपका पेटेंट, तो जो आपके राइट्स डिफाइन होंगे वो क्लेम से होंगे. तो क्लेम में आप एग्जैक्टली स्पेसिफाई करते हो कि अ कार हैविंग ए इंजन इन विच दिस काइंड ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी इज बीइंग यूज्ड. तो वो लास्ट में क्लेम के फॉर्म में लिखते हैं. तो दिस ऑल कम्स इन फॉर्म 2. फॉर्म 3 इज जस्ट अ प्रोसीजरल कि किसी और कंट्री में फाइल किया कि नहीं. फॉर्म 5 इज कि इन्वेंटर कौन है, and form 18 is regarding request for examination. So request for examination is being made separate because जो पहले का फॉर्म है उसका फीस अराउंड नॉमिनल है बहुत. तो after that your invention will get published and people get a 1 year time to object for it. तो लेट्स से कि आपने फाइल किया और ऑब्जेक्शन आ गया, जिसको आपको भी फील हो रहा है कि हाँ ये तो सही ऑब्जेक्शन है, इनके पास ऑलरेडी इन्वेंशन था. तो व्हाई टू पे एक्स्ट्रा फीस फॉर एग्जामिनेशन? तो मोस्टली फीस एग्जामिनेशन की होती है. तो सम पीपल डू लाइक दैट कि दे फाइल, वेट फॉर ऑब्जेक्शन एंड देन फाइल द रिक्वेस्ट फॉर एग्जामिनेशन. So here the purpose is that if you go by own without a patent agent, as an individual or as an educational institute, as a startup, you can get a patent in around 5,500-6,000. While an established big company will get it in around 28,000 if they go without agent. But mostly agent are the one who may charge you up to 5 to 10%, 10 times of this fee for an invention. So it's better if you are going to file patent again and again in your life during the PhD career and all. You must know how to file the patent by your own. ऑनलाइन फाइल हो जाता है. ऑनलाइन फाइलिंग कैसा प्रोसीजर है वो भी वेबसाइट पे दे रखा है. तो फर्स्ट टाइम में एफर्ट्स लगेंगे. ऑलवेज द फर्स्ट टाइम इज वेरी वेरी टफ, बट वंस यू गो थ्रू द फर्स्ट टाइम, देन all the subsequent filing would be very easy and convenient for you. Expedite examination is a special scheme to promote female applicants. कोई भी 3-4 एप्लीकेंट में एक भी फीमेल एप्लीकेंट है तो वो पूरा फाइल एक्सपर्टाइट हो जाएगी. बिकॉज विद द पेटेंट देयर ऑलवेज कम सम पेंडेंसी, 2-3 साल लग जाते हैं, बट एक्सपर्टाइट के केस में जल्दी हो जाता है. तो लेट्स से एप्लीकेंट इज फीमेल, या एक स्टार्टअप है, या एक स्मॉल एंटिटी है, गवर्नमेंट डिपार्टमेंट का कोई एजेंसी है, तो ऑल दीज कैन गो फॉर एक्सपर्टाइट एग्जामिनेशन इन द सेम फी, और they will get the patent early. Process examination का ऐसा होता है कि application came from you, we do the first examination for formal and technical. Formal means if fees is okay or not, your address and all is okay or not. Otherwise, timelines are good. So that is formal. But main comes technical examination. We search document all over the world. Whether any document is there that is similar to your invention, if it is there, then we will put it as a citation and we will generate a first examination report. Now you receive first examination report and within 6 months you have to reply. No, sir, this is the difference between citation and my examination. So you get the chance. If based on your reply, we get the difference and we are convinced that yes, it is grantable, then we will grant it. But if we are still not convinced, we will give you a last opportunity of hearing. Hearing, nothing to worry about hearing. It's not like a court. Only one to one or either online on online platform, video conferencing, or offline is also available. Wherein you come to office, we sit together and we discuss on the points. What are the contradictions? And based on that discussion, if we are satisfied that yes, the material is genuine, it's new, then it proceeds for grant. Otherwise, it gets rejected. So this is whole process what happens in our office, and from your side, what is expected. We are not going to read it. Just to remind me that some things are not patentable. Like एक discovery और invention में difference जानना चाहिए. Different, difference between discovery and invention. Discovery is accidental in nature. आप गए थे बाई चांस कुछ मिल गया आपको. सीमेंट वाज अ काइंड ऑफ एक्सीडेंटल इन्वेंशन. फिर आप वॉक करके जा रहे हो, कोई आपको रेयर अर्थ मेटल मिल गया, तो दिस इज विल बी कॉल्ड डिस्कवरी. इसका पेटेंट नहीं होगा. पेटेंट इज समथिंग वेयर you have dedicatedly applied mind, you done some experiment and came up with a ideal product. So that would be the difference. Now anything that is immoral in nature, is injurious to human and animal health, that will be not patented. Anything which is against the existing scientific principles. कई बार ऐसे एग्जांपल्स आते हैं कि मैग्नेट का कुछ सेटअप कर दिया, वो लगातार मूव कर रहा है, तो पीपल क्लेम दैट इससे लगातार एनर्जी निकलती रहेगी. दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. दैट इज बेसिकली परपेचुअल मशीन. सो थिंग्स व्हिच आर अगेंस्ट द साइंटिफिक प्रिंसिपल, दैट इज नॉट पेटेंटेबल. For India, computer programs are not patentable. It's a policy matter because we want it to be competitive. So copyright is okay. You can go for copyright of your computer, but not the patent of computer program. Business model is not patentable. Let's say Uber had this business model of cab and people. So Ola would not have come if Uber would have patented that business model. So business model patent नहीं होते. उसके अंदर ही टेक्नोलॉजी पेटेंट हो सकती है कि हाउ टू फाइंड द शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ, हाउ टू कैलकुलेट द फेयर. ये सब साइंटिफिक ओरिएंटेशन का है, ये पेटेंटेबल है, बट द ओवरऑल बिजनेस मॉडल इज नॉट पेटेंटेबल. Being in patent office, often we are encountered with the question कि अरे आप हमारे कंट्री का हल्दी और नीम कैसे यूएस को पेटेंट चला गया उसका. So regarding the same, I like to tell you that a traditional knowledge digital library has been made, wherein it's a huge database wherein every kind of formula you could have heard from दादी स्टाइल के जो होते हैं, शहद, हल्दी एंड ऑल, या आयुर्वेद के, यूनानी के, आयुष से रिलेटेड जितने भी हमें नोन है ट्रेडिशनली, वो सारे इसमें डॉक्यूमेंटेड हैं. And that link has been shared among almost all countries. Now, any invention when it comes in this form, it is cross-checked with TKD also, that ये हमारे ट्रेडिशनल नॉलेज से पेटेंट ना चला जाए किसी को, क्योंकि ये तो कॉमन रिसोर्स, कॉमन नॉलेज थी हमारी, तो ये कम्युनिटी एज ए होल की होगी, कोई एक स्पेसिफिक का पेटेंट नहीं होगा. एंड इवन दोस पेटेंट व्हिच वर ग्रांटेड अर्लियर इन नेम ऑफ नीम एंड हल्दी, they were revoked later on after our NGOs fight against it. डिजाइन जैसे मैंने बोला, इट्स अबाउट सुंदरता, एस्थेटिक्स. यहाँ पे पर्पस नहीं है, बट इतनी सुंदर तो नहीं है कार, बट स्टिल कोई भी प्रोडक्ट जो कि यूनिक है, अलग है बाकी सबसे, यहाँ ओनली कर्वेचर से मतलब नहीं है कि व्हाट इज द शेप ऑफ द ऑब्जेक्ट, नो, a planar object with a specific color combination can also be designed like a sari border. So there would be no curvature but specific combination of color design, so all comes under design. Procedure is more or less like same but more easy for design. Process is the most technical oriented and longest process is for patent. For design, we just see the design and cross check it with other designs. So the process here is easy. You have to file some forms and that's it. Your application would look something like that. Multiple figures would be there, and your name and all, and your disclaimer that you are only claiming the design, not the functional part. Now, can you tell me what does this tick signifies? Like yes, or M means McDonald's. So only symbols which should mean nothing in general, but you can recognize the word from this symbol. So ये हुई ताकत पहचान की. पहचान means trademark. So trademark should be a sign capable of distinguishing you or your product from other is trademark. जनरली इसके पार्ट्स क्या होते हैं? एक लोगो रहता है मोस्टली, एक लोगो, sometimes slogan lines are there, life is good, and then the brand name will always will be there. There are some kinds of trademark also like certification mark. BSI mark is not going to mean that the product belongs to BSI, but means that it is certified by BSI. So certification mark is there. Then have you heard of this roaring lion in movies? If not in movies, Tom and Jerry, have you seen ever? So it is start with this. So with this particular sound, you can recognize, you can link it to MGM. Similarly, for Airtel, the tune you can link it to Airtel, and there are many examples. So these are called sound marks. By the sound, you recognize the company. And then there is a rare kind of trademark that is olfactory smell remark. So not there is not a case in India, but yes, in the US you find a case where a sandal company have a smell mark. They have all their products have a bubble gum scent. So their footwear has a smell mark in the form of bubble gum. एक अच्छे ट्रेडमार्क के कैरेक्टर्स क्या होने चाहिए? ये डिस्टिंक्टिव होना चाहिए, डिसेप्टिवली सिमिलर नहीं होना चाहिए. These are the case of violation when Puma becomes Puma, Nike becomes UK. So, but obvious. In your day-to-day life, the products you see, you may be seeing this TM or R. So generally what happens when you apply for trademark, you write TM in the back of product, and when you get it registered, you will find R. Copyright, as I told you, it's a bundle of right, not only one right. Let's say you wrote a novel. So now novel is anyway yours, but all the derivative works also, like translation of this book, and let's say this book is being adapted into a movie. So all your right extend to all of those things. So it's a bundle of rights. This further the right here can be divided. Okay, let's see. Already told that copyright is about art form. One difference we should make between copyright and patent here. कॉपीराइट में आइडिया नहीं प्रोटेक्ट होता. लेट्स से आप एक आर्टिकल लिखा जिसमें मिसाइल की टेक्नोलॉजी को डिस्कस किया है एंड कैसे लॉन्च करेंगे वो डिस्कस किया है, एंड यू गेट इट कॉपीराइटेड. नाउ if tomorrow someone use the same technology, makes a missile, launch it, you will not be able to object because आपका copyright protection सिर्फ textual nature का था. जो text है, अगर कोई भी ये सेम कॉपी करेगा या थोड़ा बहुत चेंज करके भी कॉपी करेगा, then you will make objection कि ये मेरा ही आर्टिकल उठा रहा है. बट उसके पीछे का आइडिया जो है, उसमें जो कंटेंट है, वो कॉपीराइट से नहीं बचता, वो बचता है पेटेंट से। तो अगर वो पूरी टेक्नोलॉजी हमें प्रोटेक्ट करनी थी, तो वो पेटेंट से बचेगी, कॉपीराइट से नहीं बचेगी। तो सिमिलरली आई टोल्ड यू, कंप्यूटर प्रोग्राम्स कॉपीराइट करा सकते हो आप, वो सेम सेम सॉफ्टवेयर कोई यूज करेगा तो आप ऑब्जेक्ट कर दोगे, बट उसके पीछे का एल्गोरिथम, उसके पीछे का मैकेनिज्म को यूज करके दूसरी लैंग्वेज में लिख देगा, तो उसको आप नहीं प्रोटेक्ट कर पाओगे कॉपीराइट। वो पेटेंट से होता है, जो कि इंडिया के केस में कंप्यूटर साइंस में नहीं होगा। बुक के साथ राइट टू रिप्रोड्यूस, ट्रांसलेट, अडैप्ट, परफॉर्म, डिस्ट्रीब्यूट, वो सारे उसके साथ इंक्लूड रहते हैं। नॉट ओनली बुक, ऑल द कॉपीराइट। दिस इज द ओनली काइंड ऑफ आईपीआर जिसको स्पेसिफिकली रजिस्टर करने की जरूरत नहीं होती। पेटेंट का एग्जिस्टेंस ही नहीं आएगा जब तक आप पेटेंट ऑफिस में रजिस्टर नहीं करोगे। सेम गोज विद डिजाइन, ट्रेडमार्क। बट कॉपीराइट, जैसे ही आपने अपना वो वर्क किया कंप्लीट, वो कॉपीराइट ऑटोमेटिकली जनरेट हो जाता है। ओनली द प्रॉब्लम इज कि कल को अगर कोर्ट केस होता है या कहीं पे भी आपको प्रूफ करना है, तो प्रूफ करना होगा कि इस पर्टिकुलर डेट में यू हैड दिस कॉपीराइट वर्क। So if you can arrange for that proof in the form of newspaper में publish कर दिया था मैंने, या let's say कि somehow using Google or any other technology you prove that on a particular date मैंने already ये poem लिखी हुई थी, so that is good enough. You need not to register the copy. But registration का भी option है, copyright office है दिल्ली में। अगर और कोई आपको suitable option नहीं मिल रहा है proof दिखाने का, तो you can simply send your artwork, picture of your artwork, and get it copyright from copyright office. It's a mere fees of 500 rupees. So often with in comparison to other options, it becomes economical. It can be literature, painting, photograph, drawing, music, all comes within copyright also. Now most of the cases में ओनर कौन है इज क्लियर। पेटेंट का इन्वेंशन जो किया या फिर उसने राइट दे दिया एप्लीकेंट को, तो वो ओनर हो गया। एंड डिजाइन का भी क्लियर है, ट्रेडमार्क का भी क्लियर है। इन कॉपीराइट देयर आर केसेस व्हेन कंफ्यूजन अकर्स, लाइक व्हेन अ फोटोग्राफर टेक्स अ फोटो, नाउ राइट ऑफ ए पर्सन, तो राइट उस पर्सन के होंगे जिसकी फोटोग्राफ ली गई या फोटोग्राफर के। तो हियर द राइट इज ओनर इज फोटोग्राफर, बट जो पर्सन इन्वॉल्व था he becomes performer, performer right कहते हैं। तो ये फोटो जो उसने लिया, he cannot publish it or exhibit it without permission of the person whose photograph was taken. Similarly, song musician डायरेक्टर का होगा या द सिंगर का होगा। यहाँ पे डायरेक्टर का होगा because he made that song, but गाया सिंगर ने, he is the performer, so without his performance ये गाना ब्रॉडकास्ट नहीं होगा, विदाउट हिज परमिशन। सिंगर के परमिशन के बिना ब्रॉडकास्ट कहाँ होना है, इस कंट्री में मैं नहीं चाहता कि मेरा गाना पब्लिश हो, ब्रॉडकास्ट हो, तो दीज आर द परफॉर्मर राइट। कॉपीराइट ओवरऑल इकोनॉमिकल एंड मोरल राइट्स में होता है। इकोनॉमिकल राइट तो आप ट्रांसफर कर सकते हो, आपने पिक्चर आर्ट बनाया था, बेच दिया, आपने स्कल्पचर बनाया था, बेच दिया, कॉपी नॉवेल है आपकी, आपने राइट्स पब्लिशर को दे दिए अपने कुछ रॉयल्टी के बेसिस पे। बट मोरल राइट्स हमेशा आप ही के पास रहेंगे, आप ही मेन उसके ऑथर हो या क्रिएटर हो, तो यू विल ऑलवेज बी द मेन ऑथर। एंड जब भी उस आर्टवर्क का कहीं पे भी क्वेश्चन उठता है, तो आपको मेंशन किया जाएगा एज ए ऑथर, एज ए क्रिएटर, तो दैट इज मोरल राइट। अब मोरल राइट में ये भी आता है कि लेट्स से कि मैंने तो पब्लिशर को बेच दी है बुक, बट अब उसकी मूवी के एंडिंग सीन्स को चेंज कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि यहाँ चेंज इन्वॉल्व है, मे बी आपके एथिक्स एंड आपके आइडियाज के अकॉर्डिंग नहीं चेंज। तो इवन दो द राइट्स आर नाउ विद पब्लिशर, बट विदाउट योर परमिशन द स्टोरी विल नॉट चेंज। तो दिस इज अगेन द मोरल राइट अगेंस्ट डिस्टॉर्शन। एक एग्जांपल भी है इसका, एक स्कल्पचर पर्सन को he was given a tender to make a sculpture for Parliament building of India, and after many years that sculpture was put down in the storage or somewhere in the site. So the his legal heirs, उसके जो बच्चे थे, when they got to know, then they claimed the same statue saying that the moral right is being violated, उसका अपमान हो रहा है, भले वो राइट्स आपको दे दिए थे, भेज दिए थे, बट क्योंकि अपमान हो रहा है तो विल टेक इट बैक. This already discussed. Right again distortion, I told you, right of recognition. कहीं पे भी इवन बेचने के बाद भी अगर वो बुक यूज हो रही तो ऑथर हमेशा अभी मेंशन होंगे. Performer right. Now as every other IPR have a limited time. Patents for 20 years, design for 10 plus 5 years. It can be extended. Trademark is for unlimited time because it is वो आपकी पहचान है. So it is not for limited time. You keep on renewing it for years to years, and for indefinite year you can have your trademark. Copyright is for limited, but the starting point may differ. Like in the case of book, author की life long तक चलेगी right, और उसके बाद भी 60 years तक वो right maintain रहता है. While in the other cases, just when the performance is being made या art आया है, उसके 60 years में. So 60 years is mostly for copyright. So purpose of that video was that in our day-to-day life we encounter every kind of idea. We may not be aware of it, but as you said, every aspect of our daily life involves IPR. Anyway, the video here was supposed to be different, which was basically designed for 8, 9 students. So I skipped those, and this video played now, which was supposed to be played later. GI already told, it gets its significance because of the specific location. Examples here, Chanderi, Ambe Mohar. This significance of GI is that it has a heavy impact on the development of a particular region. Many examples in Africa where whole society got a very good economical boost because of their coffee product. Similarly, in India, this Ambe Mohar rice, this rice was around 25-30 rupees kg when it was not a GI, and when it was recognized as a GI, its price went up to 140. Earlier, farmers used to get 9 to 10 rupees. Now they get around 80 rupees, 85 rupees. So that is the significance of GI. Whole community gets a large difference. Even the UN is thinking to systematically use GI for upliftment of different regions where some specific products are there. These being some examples. Now SCCR design, as I told you, here don't be confused with the simple design. Simple design was about aesthetic looks. beautification, but here it is about functionality. How compactly IC has been designed. What is the circuit? How? So it is more or less like patent only, but it for specific ICs, a separate branch has been taken out. It has in IC has users in almost every aspect of our life. You can see IP everywhere was the same video. Okay, so validity we already told 20, 10 plus 5, indefinite time trademark, GIP indefinite time, and copyright 60 years. So all the other cases, particular owner applies for IPR, but in the case of GI, since it belongs to whole society, community, or society, in a legal sense, society is formed that represent that community, and those society apply for GI. So only one case where a whole group applies for GI. टेरिटोरियल राइट है, ये सब हमें पता है. यहाँ पे एक चीज इम्पोर्टेंट है, नो ऑटोमेटिक रिलीफ. इन लीगल वी आर सेइंग दैट पीपल शुड नॉट स्लीप ओवर देयर राइट. तो आपको जागरूक होना पड़ेगा व्हेन देयर इज अ वायलेशन. So no automatic relief means let's say you have a trademark, you should be vigilant कि मार्केट में आपके नाम से कोई प्रोडक्ट नहीं निकाल रहा है. पेटेंट है तो पेटेंट आपने पेटेंट किया है तो उसका कहीं यूज गलत यूज हो रहा है, तो you should be aware and then you should notice them, give the notice that you cannot use my technology. So no automatic relief, you have to be vigilant. Now these are some jumble words. Can you identify some recognizable word from there? Lux is there, yes. Dettol. What? Bata is there. Amul is there. Baboon is also there. So lot of things. The concept was that out of just jumbled word, you were able to recognize some known words because of the power of trademark. Because you recognize now in the market, anyways you will go for these products. So that's why whenever you start something, you need to have a trademark. Now the first photo, which kind of IPR it belongs to? What? Let's say you come up with this painting. What will you do? Copyright. Well, for second, what will you do? You made this sculpture. Again, copyright. Mostly copyright. But then this is a case of overlapping. According to specific court judgment. Let's say आपको सिर्फ लिमिटेड स्कल्पचर बनाने हैं 50 के अंडर, तो you can use copyright. But if you are going it to mass level, you are creating it for mass production, then if above 40, you should go for design. So it's an overlapping case. Copyright answer was correct, but also design can be done for that. Third is a case of which kind of IPR? Trademark. Yes. Fourth, again trademark, and fifth, again trademark, and also there are more IPR involved here. Here design is also involved. So this Coca-Cola not only name is protected, but the shape of their bottle is also protected. So let's say Pepsi cannot have the same shaped bottle; they will have a different shape bottle. So design is also involved. And then there is one more thing which कि वो self decided होता है, वो गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से नहीं. Trade secret, have you heard of? जो कोको कोला का फॉर्मूला है वो ट्रेड सीक्रेट है, no one knows. So if you think that I don't want protection for only 20 years, मैं अपनी टेक्नोलॉजी या whatever मेरा जो है इन्वेंशन मैं बहुत लंबा चलाना चाहता हूँ, then you have option to go for trade secret. Generally, company apply this by using non-disclosure agreement with their employees, non-competent agreement with their employees. But somehow, if it gets leaked, या even genuinely reverse engineering करके अगर किसी ने निकाल ली वो टेक्नोलॉजी, then you have no right to approach the court कि इसने ले लिया, because it was your responsibility to keep it secret. तो अगर आप सीक्रेट रख सकते हो, then you can go on and on. But once it get leaked, then you have no right to claim कि I want the protection. Other example being KFC मसाला का जो रेसिपी है KFC chicken, that is also trade secret. There's some easy one I will skip. Like IP by painting is by copyright, intellectual property for fashion designers. जो फैशन डिजाइनर के क्लोथ्स होंगे वो किस में प्रोटेक्ट होंगे? डिजाइन में होंगे. डिजाइन एंड कॉपीराइट को डिफरेंस करने के लिए कई बार एक कॉन्सेप्ट यूज कर सकते हैं. डिजाइन किसी एग्जिस्टिंग प्रोडक्ट पे अप्लाई होती है. आर्ट वर्क जो आपने किया उसको आप निकाल के लोगे तब भी वहां पे एक प्रोडक्ट होगा. लाइक इन दिस केस फैशन डिजाइनिंग में जो भी आर्ट की है आपने, अगर उस आर्ट को आप साइड कर दो तब भी वहां पे क्लोथ्स है, बेसिक प्रोडक्ट है. कार के केस में कार रहती, फैन के केस में अगर वो स्पार्कल ब्लेड हटा भी दिए तो भी फैन था. बट इन द केस ऑफ कॉपीराइट जब आप आर्ट वर्क निकाल दोगे तो कुछ रहेगा नहीं. पेंटिंग से आर्ट वर्क हटा दिया, पोएम से पोएम निकाल दी तो कुछ प्रोडक्ट नहीं बचेगा. तो ये डिफरेंस कॉपीराइट एंड डिजाइन के लिए यूज कर सकते हैं. एडवांस डिस्क ब्रेक है, सो दैट विल गो फॉर पेटेंट. Which is the case of GI here? Yes. ट्रेडमार्क क्या प्रोटेक्ट करता है? लोगोस, नेम एंड ब्रांड. This is 20 years. So it's a real example. No. So if you write a original story, what type of IP gives you right? So that would be copyright. Imagine a cricketer set up. This is actual example. So imagine a cricketer set up his own company to sell his own range of clothes. What type of intellectual property can be used to show that the clothes are made by his company? So you know the range of clothes floated by Virat Kohli and Dhoni in the name of Brong and Seven. So here the involvement would be recognition of those persons. So trademark is involved. You will get the trademark of this product. Invention है new technology that improves its main product. So what would be involved? Patent. Now design and copyright का overlap का example दिया मैंने. Patent and copyright का भी कई सारे overlap हो सकते हैं. One being, let's say we talk about recipe. So normally जो recipe लिखी हुई है वो copyright में जाएगा. But utility. Delicious is not the word here. Doesn't matter how delicious the thing is, but if it is serving some purpose in terms of nutrition or other utility, then it can be patented. For example, World War 1 or 2 के टाइम पे ये मैगी नूडल्स, not मैगी but नूडल्स का, इंस्टेंट नूडल्स का कॉन्सेप्ट स्टार्ट हुआ था. Just a small pack in your bag. Something that can be patented. Similarly, if you are making some recipe for a nutritional product, then it can be patented. But otherwise, it goes for copyright. So that is the overlap. No, thank you. So I can have any questions you have. I hope all the differences are clear between different categories. Yes.
Since I belong to the literature, especially
Yeah.
suppose a writer like Charles Dickens wrote a novel, and character is created by him. For example, the devil of okay. In the next period, if somebody uses the same character for his writing novel or in poetry, do Charles Dickens have right to that? I mean, the character in the novel itself.
So anyway, Charles Dickens, first of all, timeline has passed. Lifetime of author plus 60 years. So his rights have lapsed there. First of all, But let's say there is other example जो कि कोई recent novel है, author is still alive or died just 10 to 5 years old, so he still have right. So in that case, uh, generally what we one can do is show the reference. Means like in academic papers we do take articles from other papers, but since we mentioned we recognize their effort in the form of references, that is condoned. So similarly, in a literature work, let's say there is already novel and with a very good character, and in your story you want to use that character, so just give a reference for that novel and acknowledge his, appreciate his effort, and a single page referring to that shall do. Or it's better to ask them personally if you can contact. But even if you give the reference and give the thanks to them, that should be sufficient.
The renewal period of
Renewal period, yes. Basically, in the terms of 2 years, it keeps on renewing. Fees is for every year, but what I hear is that every 2 years, one is supposed to file renew the patent.
we have to pay every time.
Yes. Yes.
What the renewal?
It depends, but mostly it's around 2000 something. But there are other like for individual it would be less. For company it would be higher. But let's say you have assigned your rights to other company, then that company will be responsible for renewing the patent rights. Renewal is because if patent is being, then you should keep renewing. If it is just pending and nothing is being done, then you can just so basically the same thing that government asks the last part also, come in the market and somehow contribute. If you are not contributing, means let it get lapsed. So
Just I have heard about the common claim,
common.
the universal licenses are given to certain things.
Mhm.
Do they have different use?
I haven't heard of it, but it looks like open source software. Some
Can't alternate it, but you can't change it, something like that.
Huh.
Just
okay. So even in open, this openware is there, and one is there.
common claim.
No, in within that name only, open software, and one more is there. So there is the same difference. In one you can change also, and in one you cannot change it, but use it for free. Everyone can use it for free. So common creation, exactly in which field it is used.
They are used everywhere nowadays.
Okay.
So certain inventions, certain writers are there that are open to all, but their use and commercialization is limited.
Okay.
So certain writers
Like
are
there was like in Indian philosophy, always like inventors from our
Like archive, like archive.
our archive is just what I'm telling is that in Indian philosophy, generally this whole concept of protection and patent was not considered good in the sense of altruism and being a good person. Inventor used to give away their invention for free for everyone. This was the concept very high in India. Ramanujan, not only C.V. Raman, he had many technology. He could have patented, but he didn't. So that was the philosophy. Nowadays, it is coming again, like this guy from SpaceX, Elon Musk is he is against the patenting of technology and all. So now this culture is coming up that we will generate the invention and will not try to protect it. We will give it to. So that you are telling me comes from that philosophy only. So this is the egalitarianism of some person, that I don't want personal profit. I have invented something, let it be used by everyone. So that is possible. So it's a personal opinion. You want to get benefit from your invention or you want to give it for society as a whole. It's your decision. So mostly MNC profit-based companies or even small industry scale, people want profit. So for profit, you will go for this protection. If you want just if out of your good nature you want your invention to be public, you can go for forms like that.
My subject is botany. 33% plants of India, Indian origin,
Hmm.
they are not found elsewhere on the earth's surface.
Yes, yes.
So how can anyone file the patent or copyright as far as GI is concerned
Hmm. Um,
of Indian origin plants?
See, first of all, um, when it comes to plant and all, directly plant products, plant leaves, plant extracts, these are not patentable things. You will have to do something, come up with some formulation, and then you show that it is doing good for this and this, then you patent it. So it is not patentable. But let's say some company comes, pharmaceutical company, and takes some of the among these 33 percentage of the plant which are not elsewhere, and they took something out of them, made a drug, then they need to register with NBA, National Biodiversity Agency, कि ये हम आपका पेड़ यूज कर रहे हैं, तो उसके बिहाफ पे उन्हें कुछ कंट्रीब्यूशन देना पड़ता है जो वहाँ के लोकलाइट्स के बेनिफिट के लिए यूज होता है। तो एग्जैक्टली आपका क्वेश्चन क्या है कि ये जो पेड़ है, पहली बात पेटेंटेबल डायरेक्टली है नहीं, बट लेट्स से किसी ड्रग एंड ऑल के लिए वो यूज हो रहे हैं, तो एनपीए में उसे रजिस्टर करके वहां के लोकलाइट्स को बेनिफिट दिया जाता है। थर्ड थिंग बीइंग कि अगर कोई न्यू वैरायटी है जो नोन नहीं है, लेट्स से यू फाउंड अ न्यू वैरायटी ऑफ प्लांट जो कि अभी तक बॉटनी के कैटलॉग में हाँ नोन नहीं है, तो तभी अब क्योंकि लास्ट लेक्चर में एक जूलॉजिस्ट है, उनका ये क्वेश्चन था कि एक पर्टिकुलर एनिमल के उन्होंने न्यू ट्रेड ढूंढे हैं, मे बी फिंगर नेल और समथिंग लाइक, वो ऐसे फंक्शन करता है, तो ही आस्क्ड कि पेटेंटेबल, so it's not a patentable thing, it's more like a discovery, but you can approach the apex body of zoology and get it named after you, or you can get the recognition. Similarly, if you get a new plant variety, you can register yourself as a discoverer of it. So that means patentable तो है नहीं, अगर उसका यूज हो रहा है तो एनबीए में रजिस्टर करके वहां के लोकलाइट्स को उसका वो प्रोटेक्शन दिया जाता है।
If anybody file patent in India, then there is a need to file patent in other countries.
No need to. आपने इंडिया में पेटेंट फाइल कर दिया एक पर्टिकुलर टेक्नोलॉजी में, इंडिया में कोई वायलेट कर रहा होगा तो आप उसे रोक सकते हो, यूएस में वो वायलेट कर रहा होगा तो आप उसे रोक नहीं पाओगे, बट लेट इट बी आपका बिजनेस ही सिर्फ इंडिया में, तो व्हाई यू आर कंसर्निंग यूएस, बट सपोज आपका बिजनेस इंटरेस्ट भी है यूएस में, देन यू विल अप्लाई इन यूएस आल्सो, so it is up to you. Mostly academic वर्ड वाले का रेलेवेंस इंडिया रिलेटेड होता है, तो इंडिया के लिए ही दे गो फॉर, बट एमएनसीज एंड ऑल जिनका बिजनेस काफी जगह पे जहाँ जहाँ भी उनका रेलेवेंट बिजनेस होता है वहाँ दे अप्लाई इन ऑल दोस कंट्रीज।
What would be the use of patent in research?
Patent in research, okay. So like you do some research, you come up with a extremely good technology. Now you have two options: either go for an academic paper, you publish it, or you can go for patent. Application is also there. So in case of academic paper, all you are going to get is recognition. This technology, whenever wherever it is used, you will get the recognition that it was developed by this person. But in the case of patent, after getting patent, you can assign them or use for your own. So in assigning, you will get the royalty also. So here the commercialization part adds up. Recognition, anyways, you are getting in both the case. In the you will get the royalty also whenever that technology is used. एक
I have gone to call number 1.
okay.
In that there are two keywords. One is applicant and another one is inventor.
Okay.
And what is the basic difference between applicant and inventor?
Form 5 bravo, form 5. Form 1 also, form 5 also. So form 1 नेचुरली जो इन्वेंटर होता है वही उसी के पास राइट्स होते हैं, वही एप्लीकेंट होता है. बट लेट्स से उसको अभी अपने राइट्स देने किसी को, किसी ने ये पूरी फाइलिंग वो कर नहीं पाएगा, यूज कर नहीं पाएगा पेटेंट का, तो ही केम अप विद इन्वेंशन, उसने राइट्स अपने दूसरे एप्लीकेंट को दे दिए. तो वो राइट देने के बिहाफ पे उसे कुछ मॉनेटरी कंसिडरेशन मिल जाता है एंड ओनर ऑफ द पेटेंट बिकम एप्लीकेंट. तो ओनर जो है लीगल राइट्स सारे एप्लीकेंट के पास रहते हैं. इन्वेंटर इज जस्ट टू रिकॉग्नाइज कि इसने इन्वेंट किया है. नाउ इन द केस ऑफ कॉलेजेस व्हाट हैपेंस मोस्टली, invention is either in the name of college or college and students in combination. And what kind of sharing of this means royalty would be done is a private thing, means a person discuss one to one. Many a times these companies they with a job offer they ask their employee to sign that all the invention that they will do in this company using our facility will be gone to company as a applicant. इन्वेंटर तो वही रहेगा लेकिन एप्लीकेंट वो कंपनी बन जाएगा. फिर उसके बिहाफ पे कंपनी उन्हें कुछ प्रमोशन दे देगा, कुछ एडिशनल बोनस दे देगा, दैट्स अनदर थिंग. बट यहाँ पे भी इन्वेंटर वो एम्प्लॉय है, बट गिवन दैट कि उसने कंपनी के रिसोर्सेज यूज करके एक पेटेंट बनाया, तो उसका ओनर जो है एप्लीकेंट वो कंपनी होगा.
One more.
यस.
How much time is required to publish that patent?
Publication of patent. Publication of patent is one thing and getting patent is other thing. So publication is done with a purpose कि आपने अगर फाइल किया तो कुछ स्क्रीनिंग प्रोसेस होता है. हम लोग इनिशियली चेक करते हैं कि कोई डिफेंस से रिलेटेड मटेरियल नहीं है, एटॉमिक से रिलेटेड नहीं है. उस केस में वो रेलेवेंट एजेंसीज को भेज के उनका लेना पड़ता है एंड कुछ और फॉर्मेलिटीज पूरी करके फिर पब्लिकेशन होता है. तो मोस्टली अराउंड 6 मंथ में होता है. कभी कभी अर्ली पब्लिकेशन वाले होते हैं तो 2-3 महीने में हो जाता है. पब्लिकेशन तो टाइमलाइन मिल गया आपको पब्लिकेशन का अप्रॉक्स. बट पब्लिकेशन का पर्पस है कि अब इसे देख के पढ़ के कोई ऑब्जेक्शन भेजेगा अगर कि ये तो ऑलरेडी नोन है, तो उसके लिए हम 1 ईयर छोड़ते हैं ऑब्जेक्शन के लिए. फिर 1 साल बाद एग्जामिनेशन स्टार्ट होता है और एग्जामिनेशन प्रोसेस भी अराउंड 1 ईयर चलता है. तो ऑलमोस्ट 2.5 years it takes to get the patent, and for publication it takes around 6 months plus minus.
Thank you very much, sir, for your thought-provoking session. You have excellently presented how to register patents, trademarks, copyright, and how important it is to know intellectual property rights. It will definitely create awareness among all of us. I hope many more patents or copyright will come from our college to register in office. To propose a vote of thanks for first session, I would like to request Dr. P.P. Loha sir to do the honors.
Well, the dignitaries on the dais and respectable audience, I take this opportunity to say vote of thanks on the behalf of the organizer. Today we have really a deliberation which would benefit all of us as a teacher, as a student. First of all, I must say thanks to our principal, Dr. R.V. Silver sir, for encouraging us to organize such programs. He is the backbone of our college and always encourages us to these experimental things. Second time, Mr. Prakhar Singh, who come over here and deliver a very long speech full of content, full of thoughts, full of new ideas. And definitely, sir, on behalf of all of us, definitely we go by your advice. Lastly, I must say thanks to the audience
the teachers, faculty members, and the students, and even the people in the anchoring for organizing this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Second session will be start in 5 minutes. Before that, please scan the QR code and fill the feedback form.